What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a great evening. Good evening. In the States, obviously, it's still afternoon, but in the UK and here in South Africa, it's evening. So good evening. Sorry for making the video late. My niece is kind of gate crashing my video, so forgive me for the noises that she will make from time to time. But obviously, welcome to another video. I said I'm going to do a video about the Champions League group stage draw. Obviously, that was taking place at 5 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. South African Standard Time. So obviously, now I'm doing a review of the group stages. So I'm going to look at the Big Six club. Well, not Big Six because it's the top four of the Premier League that make the Champions League. But I also look at other groups, like for example the Real Madrid group. But the tasty one is the Bayern Munich one and the Barcelona one, because I think Bayern Munich and Barcelona are in the same group, so that's going to be a mouth-watering clash. Lewandowski is going to be going back to München or Munich. But yeah, so I'm going to be looking at the mouth-watering clashes that are going to be taking place in the group stages, as well as the Premier League clash, or the Premier League clubs in terms of their respective groups. Obviously, if you haven't done so, please before I go with the video, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel, and also please like the video if you like the content, and please push the notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. Now, obviously, going on with the video, I'll start talking about Man City, my club. Obviously, we start another Champions League campaign. Hopefully we win it this time. Obviously, we say that all the time, really. But I'm not going to say, I know we're favorites to win the competition, but I'm not going to say we're going to win it. But anyways, going on with the group, we have been grouped with Borussia Dortmund, Sevilla FC, and FC Copenhagen. Obviously, that's a relatively good group from Manchester City's point of view. It's going to give us a chance to play, like Cole Palmer, for example, the young lad. He's going to get some chances, some opportunities to play in the Champions League group stages this season. Obviously, Calvin Phillips, hopefully he hasn't had a serious shoulder injury, because he looked a little bit uncomfortable with regards to his shoulder in that Barcelona game we played yesterday. But hopefully he is not. Hopefully it's just a knock. It's not a serious injury, because he's also going to get a lot of opportunities with regards to playing in those Champions League group stages as a form of resting Rodri. So I think it's a relatively good group for us. Obviously, Borussia Dortmund in previous seasons have been a tough opponent, but they've lost Erling Haaland. They've lost Sebastian Haller, because Sebastian Haller, obviously, we wish him a speedy recovery, because he has been diagnosed with testicular cancer, basically, because a cancerous tumor was found in his testicles. So hopefully we wish him a speedy recovery. But yeah, like I know they have signed another striker. I forgot his name. Dortmund. That I'm talking about Dortmund, obviously. But obviously they are. I wouldn't say I'm scared to go to Dortmund or facing them. Obviously, Erling Haaland will be playing against his old club. I'm sure he's going to be keen to go in there back at the Signal Iduna Park. Really great stadium when the fans are there, which they're going to be there obviously this season. So I'm looking forward to playing in that stadium. But hopefully, obviously, we're going to win the game. But I think it's a relatively good group for us, to be honest. FC Copenhagen, I'm sure they're going to be competitive, but I'm pretty sure that we have more than enough, even if we don't play some of our best players, to beat FC Copenhagen, as well as Sevilla, because Sevilla have had a poor start to the season in La Liga. So obviously, Sevilla are a good team. I don't really know their players. Like, there's no player that springs to my mind when I'm thinking about Sevilla, because I don't really watch La Liga. But I heard from Steve McManaman. I was watching BT Sport with regards to like the guys they're talking about the Champions League draw. He was basically saying that Sevilla have started the season off poorly. So I think it's thingy. I think it's a relatively good group for us with regards to the teams that we're facing. We're not facing Real Madrid or Bayern Munich or PSG. Well, it was impossible for us to face Real Madrid or or PSG or Bayern Munich, because we're all in the same pot. Yeah, so forgive me for that, really, because remember, all the winners of the big five leagues, like the top five leagues, so the Premier League, Ligue 1, the Bundesliga, Serie A, and La Liga, the teams that won those leagues go in the same pot. So it was impossible for us to face Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, AC Milan, because AC Milan won Serie A. It was impossible for us to face those teams because we were in the same pot, because we were the winners of the Premier League. So forgive me for that. So the teams that we could have faced basically is like top teams is Barcelona, or Dortmund, which we're facing because they finished second in the Bundesliga, or like the team that finished second in the French League 1. I'm not really sure who they are, but yeah. So relatively good group for us. And going on to the others, let's start with Group A, which is the Liverpool group. I'm going to be looking here on my phone because I'm not really, I don't know it off by heart, but obviously, yeah, there it is here. Liverpool have been drawn against Ajax, Napoli, and Rangers. Obviously, Rangers is a Scottish club, so that's going to be a good game, kind of a UK derby, if you like, because it's a Scottish club. I'm pretty sure, Ibrox, which is the stadium for Rangers, is a stadium filled with history. I'm sure the Liverpool players are going to be looking forward to going to Ibrox, and the Rangers fans are going to be looking forward to going to Anfield. So really a lot of history in that fixture. I don't think Rangers have a lot of European history, but they are they are a historic club in Scotland. So it's going to be a great clash. Obviously Ajax, also a club with a lot of history, and Napoli, but again, these teams, like for example Ajax, potentially they're going to lose Anthony. If you watched the video with regards to transfers that I was doing earlier today, I was talking about Man United preparing to submit a new bid for the Ajax winger Anthony, who is one of Ajax's best players. They've lost Eric Ten Hag. They have who's the other guy? They've lost Lisandro Martinez. So Ajax have lost some of their best players. So I think it's going to do. I doubt it's going to be a tough game for Liverpool. I know Ajax are very good with regards to their recruiting system and their youth system, but obviously we're talking about Liverpool here. So I think Liverpool are going to have too much for them. Napoli as well, they've lost Kalidou Koulibaly, who was their best defender. So I think it's a relatively easy group for Liverpool. Yeah, you might think historically Napoli are a tough side or Ajax are a tough side, but I think it's going to be an easy group for Liverpool, to be honest, with the quality that they have in their squad. I think they're going to be happy that they've drawn these teams because it's really not that difficult. And then obviously looking at the other group, also I said I'm going to talk about Group C. Group C is really a tough group because Bayern Munich and Barcelona and Inter Milan and Victoria Pilsen have been drawn in that group. So really mouth-watering clash between Barcelona and Bayern Munich there. And Lewandowski is going to be going back to Munich, or München, if you like. Because obviously he went to Barcelona, and Barcelona is now his new club. He left Bayern Munich. So I think that's going to be a great group. So one to watch really. Obviously, Inter Milan are also a great team. They were the runners-up in They were the runners-up in Serie A. So really good team, and they have Lukaku back. Because Lukaku went back to Inter Milan after he left Chelsea on loan. So probably they're gonna Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez are gonna rejuvenate their partnership up top. So even though Inter Milan have lost Ivan Perisic, who was their left wing back, who was their best player basically with regards to their left wing back, because they play a back D system. But I think they still they are a team that has a lot of quality across the football pitch, and it's going to be really that's going to be there are going to be some mouth-watering clashes in that group. Obviously Barcelona and Bayern Munich at Allianz Arena, and then at Camp Nou. So I think that's going to be a great group. And then going on to Group D, we're going to be talking about Tottenham Hotspur. So Tottenham have drawn Eintracht Frankfurt, Sporting Lisbon, and Olympique Marseille. So obviously again, Tottenham have a lot of quality in their squad. Obviously, they've got Harry Kane, they've got Son. So again, a relatively good group for Tottenham Hotspur, because I mean Eintracht Frankfurt, I know they're a good side. They made the Champions League because they won the Europa League, I think. So they know mugs because they won the Europa League. They're a good side. And Sporting Lisbon, historically they have a good crop of young players. We played them last year actually, and we beat them 5-0. So I guess that's actually we scored 5 goals in the first half in their stadium when we played against them. But obviously, that's Manchester City. Manchester City have a lot of quality. So I think Sporting they have decent quality, and Olympique Marseille as well. They have decent quality. But again, Tottenham Hotspur have a great squad. They've got some world-class players in their squad. They've got Perisic, they've got Kane, they've got Son, they've got Kulusevski, who has really impressed since he moved from Juventus and gone to Tottenham. So I think it's a relatively good group for Tottenham. I would expect them to top that group, to be perfectly honest with you, because I doubt that it should be a tough group for them, to be honest. And then obviously Group E is the next one. Obviously AC Milan, Chelsea, RB Salzburg, and Dinamo Zagreb. So obviously that's a good group. That's a good group. AC Milan is a good team. Chelsea is obviously a good team as well. RB Salzburg is a good team. And Dinamo Zagreb is a good team as well. So I think it's going to be an interesting clash between AC Milan and Chelsea. Fikayo Tomori, who's playing for AC Milan, is going to be going back to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So I think it's a relatively good group for Chelsea, but I would expect them, with the squad that they have and the players that they have, even though they lost 3-0 to Leeds, I would expect them to at least finish second, because I think AC Milan are the current Serie A champions. So I think AC Milan, let's not overlook them, especially with the fact that Chelsea are still trying to sign some players. They don't look like they have gelled as of yet. But I think Chelsea are a good side. They should not be struggling to make it out of that group, to be honest. And then obviously the holders, Real Madrid, they've been drawn against Leipzig, RB Leipzig, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Celtic FC, obviously another Scottish club there. Again, Real Madrid, with the squad that they have, they're going to find it relatively easy to make it out of that group, because they are the holders. They've got Benzema, they've got Vinicius, they've got Rudiger, they've got who these other guys? They got Modric, they got Kroos. Yes, they've lost Casemiro. Maybe they're going to struggle a little bit with regards to Casemiro, because I think they're planning to replace him with Tchouaméni and Camavinga. And Camavinga was really impressive in those latter stages of the Champions League last year. Tchouaméni is a player that's highly rated. But I think Casemiro is obviously a club legend at Real Madrid, won 5 Champions League titles, and really a good, very good holding midfielder. So I think they are going to miss him sometimes, because Casemiro was crucial in them winning the Champions League last year. But again, I believe that Real Madrid have enough quality to beat those teams and enough quality to top that group in terms of Group F. And then obviously the last group I'm going to look at, because Group G is the City group, which I've already went through. The last group is Group H: PSG, Juventus, Benfica, and Maccabi Haifa. That's the first time I've heard of that club, to be honest. I don't know where it's from. Let's check here. Where is it from? Is it from Saudi Arabia or something? Maccabi Haifa. Maccabi Haifa. There it is. Where is it from? Oh, it's from Israel. It's from Israel. It's from Israel. So that's the first time I actually heard of that club. But anyways, going on to the games that I was basically looking at. So obviously Group H. No, man. Where are we now? Yeah, there we go. Obviously, yeah. So Group H: PSG, Juventus, Benfica, and Maccabi Haifa. Obviously, the two teams that stand out there is PSG and Juventus. Juventus have lost De Ligt. I don't actually know the players that they've signed. But obviously Juventus is a good side. They were in the top 4 in Serie A last year. PSG, obviously, it remains to be seen how the new coach at PSG is gonna do. Obviously they've started the season off well. Actually, I think their last result, I don't know who they played against, but they won 7-1. I know the French League is a farmers league, as many of you like to say, but obviously beating a team 7-1, that's quite some feat. Obviously PSG have some good players. They've signed some good young players. They've signed Renato Sanchez, they've signed Hugo Ekitike, and they've signed Fabian Ruiz to add to their midfield. Obviously, they've still got Mbappe, Messi, Neymar, and Neymar has actually started the season off well. This season, I think he started with 2 goals and 2 assists, or 3 goals and 2 assists. I'm not sure. I think he started the season off well. Obviously, the new coach for PSG is a coach that is believed to not take any nonsense from any players. So I think he's not going to take any nonsense from guys like Neymar and Messi and Mbappe, and they're going to have to put in the work if they want to play in the side. So it remains to be seen how PSG are going to do. But obviously, it's going to be a good clash between them and Juventus. Benfica is also another good team, obviously Portuguese team. A lot of players, a lot of top players come from Benfica. You think over the years, Edison, Bernardo Silva, Joao Cancelo, Ruben Diaz, The guy who signed for Liverpool, Darwin Núñez, he also comes from Benfica. So really, they're a good side, to be honest. Benfica, that is, they're really good side. So obviously they've lost Darwin Núñez, but I'm pretty sure they're going to find someone to replace him and who's going to do relatively well. But yeah, so obviously those are the groups that I've gone through. Just predicting the groups, I think in Group A, the Liverpool one, I think Liverpool are going to top the group, obviously, and I think probably I'm not sure with regard. I think I haven't actually watched Rangers play, so I don't know with regards to them. Whether they're going to challenge in the group. So I think Liverpool are going to top the group. Obviously, that's the easiest thing. And I'll give the edge to, I think, Rangers. I think I'm going to give the edge to Rangers because Ajax have lost some of their top players, man, and they lost their coach. So I have to see it. I have to see Ajax really before I can really kind of be confident with regards to them. Obviously, a group that I haven't gone through here is the Atletico Madrid group. Obviously, Atletico Madrid are grouped against Leverkusen, Club Brugge, and Porto. Obviously, that's a relatively good group. Teams of relatively the same quality, but Atletico Madrid have a lot of experience in the Champions League. And that's one team I don't actually want to play, especially in the knockout stages, because they're going to make things very difficult. As City fans will know from that quarterfinal we played against them, it was a really difficult game, and they are the master of the dark arts, whereby they're gonna waste time, they're gonna go down, they're gonna dive, they're gonna trip you, they're gonna kick you. So it's really a tough place to go to. The Wanda Metropolitano playing against Atletico Madrid. So that's one team really I don't like when we join against Atletico. Even though I'm gonna be confident that we're gonna win, I don't like playing against them. They're not a great side to play against, to be honest. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with the way they play because there's different ways to win football games. I don't like it, there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, going on to Group C, I think Bayern Munich are going to win the group. Bayern Munich have started off their season off well. They've obviously got Mane, and they're going to have a fluid front three because they don't have a striker this season. So I think I back Bayern Munich to win that group and Barcelona to come second. And then I think Tottenham are going to win Group D, and I think Frankfurt are going to come second. Giving the edge to Frankfurt because they are the Europa League winners, so surely they're no mugs. And then obviously Group E, I think Chelsea are going to come top, and I think Milan is going to come second. And then Group F, Madrid are going to top the group, and Leipzig are going to come second. And then in Group G, City are going to come out on top, and I'm going to give the edge to Dortmund coming out at second place. And then I think in Group H, I'm going to go for PSG to top the group and Juventus to come second. Obviously, that brings us to the end of the video. I've obviously looked at the mouth-watering clashes. I've looked at the English clubs with regards to the groups that they've been grouped into. Obviously, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. And also, if you have any comments about the clashes that are going to be taking place, please you can comment in the comment section below. Obviously, I would really appreciate that. And then I'm sorry for I keep looking at the phone instead of at the camera because I'm using cinematic mode today. Well, now because my light is pretty bad here, so the camera quality is better with cinematic mode. So there's this thing here that's kind of in my face, is covering my face in cinematic mode, because basically what cinematic mode is that it blurs the background and focuses on the person looking at the camera. So that's why I keep looking there, because it's kind of disturbing. So I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry if it looks a little bit unprofessional. But yeah, so obviously if you, as I was saying, if you have any comments about the clashes, you can comment in the comment section below. And then also if you like the video, please please push the thumbs up button. And if you have any thing, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel and please push the notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. Obviously, we'll see you guys tomorrow, because I'm going to be doing the review, the preview for the Premier League games that are coming up this weekend. And maybe I'll touch on some transfer news if there are any updates from the one I kind of put out from the video I put out today. So yeah, thank you for watching the video, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, and have a great evening.